basically they carved out a city underground that could survive a direct hit from a nuclear blast. After you go through the security, you walk in and it's basically an underground tunnel. There's a glass door that was 3.5 foot thick that weighed 30 tons. You go through like an airlock. They had 2 of those doors, and then you walk another half a mile.
A half mile deeper into the mountain is the bunker itself.
And you're going past 5 buildings. Those represent the 5 rings of the Pentagon. And each of those buildings are 3 stories tall, and they probably have 50 to 80 offices per floor.
The buildings are mounted on springs to survive the shock waves from a nuclear blast.
There's a common cafeteria capable of serving 3,000 people 3 meals a day for 30 days on lockdown. They had a barber shop in there with 1 chair.
It's got massive reservoirs, generators, even a crematorium if needed, post office, medical facilities, and emergency command and communication links to the U.S. military all around the world.
Shalom Yasharallah. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all you hopeful like the Akim that are out there laboring, that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. It's your brother Amar from the GMS Boise, Idaho camp, coming at you with a video of just showing you, based on, Esau's graphics, about some of the preparations that he takes to ensure his survival, which we know that it's going to be in vain. And this also is another point to prove to some of those people, because I have met people approach the camp that say they don't believe in nuclear missiles. Well, if they don't believe in nuclear missiles, well then believe in the steps that the government is taking to prepare themselves against these weapons. And you can see these deep underground military bases, or DUMBS. For example, I've heard that you can take a submarine from the west coast to the east coast completely underground in some of these tunnel systems that they have. And it's extensive. Every major is connected to every major city, certain buildings, just like that movie National Treasure, where they had all types of crazy underground cities. They even used to have a show on History Channel. They called it Underground Cities. And it would go through all the major cities like Portland, New York, Chicago, New Jersey, and it would go into the history of the sundown towns, So that was just continued to a larger extent, where they have, full living quarters to where they can house all these people that they believe that they are going to go into the next phase. The phoenix out the ashes type scenario. They believe that there's going to be the World War III, nukes start flying, but no matter how many nukes destroy everybody, they're going to come out on top, man. This is Revelation 6 and 15, because that's where they're climbing in these holes. And the kings of the earth, the higher ups, and the great men, the more elite banksters, and the rich men, the wealthy people, and the chief captains, the military commanders, and the mighty men, their soldiers, and every bondman, which is their prisoners that they have there, and every free man, which would also go into their slaves or their maintenance workers, the people that run the facilities, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, going into these dens, which is into like a cave inside the mountain. And this one, the video that you saw in the beginning of the video, was actually showing that in the mountain, just like Cheyenne Mountain, Fort Knox, there's a lot of places that are highly dug in, Verse 16, and said to the mountains and the rocks, Salakia, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. And they're talking about Yahweh Shai, because when he comes and cracks those clouds, pursuing the 2nd Esdras 13th chapter, right around the 8th and 9th verse, he was coming out and just slaying them. Even though they were so scared, they still tried to fight, and he just turned them all to ashes, And then there's another one that came to my head that I wanted to bring out. which is this classic, Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. Again, going into these military bases that they have, whether it be under the ocean, inside a whole mountain, whether it be, in a space station that's high up in the air, whatever they think they say they have, wherever they're going to go, man, the Lord's elect men are going to take them out, and be turned into that sharp threshing instrument having teeth, roughly paraphrasing. But, they're going to run, they're going to try to get away. And like I said, that phoenix in the phoenix coming out the ashes, that's pursuing to the Psalms 49th chapter. I'm going to start 1. Yeah, 11. Oops. Salakia. 11. This is Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. That inward thought is in their thinking that all their preparation that they have done with their deep underground military bases is going to be able to be enough to hide them from the wrath of the Lamb, or from a nuclear missile coming off and detonating, or EMP, or whatever the case may be of a cataclysmic event. They assume that they're going to continue forever, and that their dwelling places to all generations, which means their seed, but that is not the case, because the Lord has something else planned for these devils, pursuant to the book of Obadiah. Because Obadiah 1 and 3 says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because no matter where this devil goes, in that cave dweller, running like a roach back to its home, in these deep caves, man, the Lord is going to take him out. The angels, the elect men, is not something that you can prepare for yourself in this world that's going to be able to stop something from out of this world. No terrestrial weapon or shield is going to stop an extraterrestrial weapon. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect. Until next time, Shalom.